Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go.
Welcome to Disabled Podcast. I'm your host, Eli. Co-host, my dad.
In the building, in the flesh, representing for Fredy.
Yes. When we talk about music, sports, and culture, we are back. It is NBA season.
Let's clap that up quick. Let's give that a quick clap up.
Yes. We hope you guys have been enjoying the rest of your 2025. We know it's been a while since you've seen us last.
Yes.
But I was enjoying my little vacation, going outside, partying, left, right, and center.
Exercising.
And whatnot. Yeah. And how's your 2025 been?
So far, so good, man. I'm super happy. I got some projects coming.
Yes.
On the personal tip that I'm excited about. But this is the best time of the year for us.
Yeah, man.
NBA action just kicking off now. And tonight, I'm super excited about the play-in.
Right.
And some other things that's happening. But first, let's talk about Kyren Lacy.
Kyren Lacy, right.
It's the wide receiver from LSU.
Wide receiver from LSU. He was just at the Combine, I believe, maybe back in January or March. Mm-hmm. Back when the Combine was going on. He was going to be a top first-round draft pick coming out of LSU because, they have, honestly, the last maybe 7 years, the best wide receivers.
Wide receivers always come out of LSU.
Out of that program. And he, unfortunately, Saturday afternoonish or Saturday night passed away. They said that he killed himself.
Yes.
They also said that, what originally happened was he got into an altercation. He had a firearm on him. He fired it at the ground, ran off. The police chased after him. He crashed his vehicle, and then that's when they found him in the car, deceased.
Oh, you mean they found... Okay, but prior to that, what happened was he got into a car accident.
Right, but at first it was an altercation between a neighbor and her. It was an altercation between a neighbor and I guess a lady.
Uh-huh.
He fired the pistol at the ground, ran off. The police, then she called the police at that point. They pulled up beside him, and I guess he ran off with the car and then crashed into it. And then at that point, he shot himself in the head.
Okay, so I'm talking about, isn't this the same case where...
Oh, you're talking about the other case. I'm sorry. I was talking about two different cases. My bad.
These are two different...
Those are two different things.
Oh,
the first one,
are they not at the same person?
Not at the same person, no.
Oh, okay.
The first one he's talking about is the one that happened in December, which was he was going to be on trial for.
Right.
When he had a drive-by hit and run.
Yes.
That he unfortunately...
Wasn't he from LSU as well?
It's the same person. Weird.
Okay, it's the same person.
It's the same person, yes.
So...
He had an incident for the whole story, he had an incident back in December. It was a drive-by hit and run. He killed a veteran 70-year-old man.
Okay, got you.
He had that case on trial. They didn't set a court date for that yet. Right. He did the Combine in March.
He was projected to be a high pick.
He was projected to be a high pick, right. Recently, Saturday night, the night he passed away, he got into an altercation with a lady.
Got you.
He fired a firearm at the ground, ran off. She called the police. The police at one point called up to him.
Got you.
He then sped his car off. Sorry, in a car race or
car chase.
Car chase. Thank you. And then crashed his vehicle into I believe a tree or a pole.
And then he subsequently shot himself.
Right. And then okay. Because I'm assuming at that point. He was figuring, I guess in his mind, he thought it was over.
Everything is over.
Everything is over. Because, mind you, the court case was coming in soon for the first crime, and now you got this second crime.
See, I was under the assumption this was all connected to the first crime, and he knew that his fate would be prison.
Right.
I didn't know he got into a second altercation.
Yeah, the Saturday information was second altercation.
Okay.
That's what led to his demise, or his passing. Sorry, his passing on Saturday night.
Well, we want to send our deepest condolences.
Yes, to his friends and family.
To his friends and family.
His dad had a great post on Instagram.
He did make a statement.
He was saying that young parents need to talk to their young kids.
Yes.
Openly, more engagingly about their mental health, not on some, not just taking their word for it.
Yeah, you gotta
wrap your arms around your kids.
You have to be close to your children, and you have to meddle in their business,
right?
Even when they don't want you meddling in their business,
right?
Because underneath that lying piece right here,
right?
You know what I mean? Is some deeper issues
problems
that need to be resolved.
Addressed. And I guess he either felt like he couldn't talk to anybody, or
the weight of the world was on his shoulders,
right?
You know what I mean? And so that's a very sad
and
tragic ending.
Because his other teammates from LSU, the Jaden Daniels, Neighbors, and I believe one more cornerback who plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I forgot his name at the time, but they all got drafted last year.
Right.
He was the last one to come out.
Right.
Right behind him. That's why Jaden Daniels called him the Big Four.
Got you. Understood.
So, unfortunately, they're definitely going to play for him. Jaden Daniels and Neighbors can sent their condolences on social media. OBJ as well, and the whole LSU, alumni.
Yes.
And whatnot. And, but yeah, like we said before, you guys have to, like I said before, wrap your arms around your kids and just either get them therapy help or just have more deeper, open dialogue with your kids.
And I agree. I really, really do agree with that statement. So, again, like we said, condolences to his family.
Yes.
Now, we are here to talk basketball.
Yes.
But before we get into the brackets, what's been going on in the coaching carousel?
Well, as far as I can tell, the last 2 weeks, or the last 3 weeks now, all these championship pedigree coaches have been fired, starting off with Michael Malone.
No, the coach from Memphis.
Sorry, well, I said championship. He didn't win a championship.
Well, he was caliber.
But he was caliber, yes. The coach from Memphis.
What's his name? The coach from Memphis. We should know his name. He coached there forever.
Give me a second.
We are rusty today. Jenkins.
Yes. Yes, Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins.
Great coach. You got them to the number 2 seed 2 times.
Yes. And they always played tough for him.
Before he got fired, they were number 4 seed.
Yes.
So that to me was a questionable firing. It made no sense because you had about a week left of regular season.
Yes.
And at least if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that, do it after the playoffs.
That's the normal protocol that teams usually make, which makes him, and even worse, the Michael Malone situation.
Right.
Bad. Because
y'all did that
4 days before the playoff begins.
Yeah.
And so that leads to the inner turmoil must have been so paramount
for the Denver
situation that the owner said, because I saw a statement where he said, we were trying to shake things up. Neither one of them probably should have got fired in terms of the GM in Denver and the coach, but there was friction between
I was telling you the old GM. Sorry, I was telling you that the old GM was the now GM of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes.
Who got them the championship in 2023?
Right.
And he had a better relationship with Mike Malone.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
Once he left to go over to Minnesota, that's when the new GM came in.
Yes.
He was pushing for younger guys to be around the roster. And Mike Malone wanted the older guys to stay.
Mike Malone is an old school kind of coach.
Caldwell Popes, Bruce Brown.
Yes. Those are the players that helped him win, and he trusts them.
Right.
Old school coaches are very particular about putting young people in positions that maybe they cannot handle.
Right.
Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The young player has to get some experience somehow, some way, but when do they? You
right,
know?
but some of those moves you can clearly see that the GM didn't console Mike Malone about.
And that's bad.
And that's bad because the Bruce Brown situation. Now this was a move off of the old GM. Mm-hmm. He signed Michael Porter Jr. to that big contract, and that limited the free flexibility space that they could sign Bruce Brown. Because Bruce Brown was looking for at least a 3-year, $40 million contract, mm-hmm. and they couldn't afford it.
And he was an intricate piece coming off the bench.
And then Jeff Green retires, or
yes,
right? He did he retire?
No, he went to the Rockets.
Oh, he went to the Rockets. Okay, but he left Denver to go to the Rockets, and then Carl Pope leaves after the 2024 season.
Right.
And besides the other Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown. Yeah.
Or...
it's Chris Brown.
Oh, okay.
He spells it differently.
Got it. Okay, I wasn't sure. Besides him, I don't really know what young guy they can really... Mike Malone really trusted.
Yeah. That it's another gentleman. I think his name is Winston.
Watson?
Yeah, well, Watson plays well in moments.
Right.
But here's the thing. The cost of a championship... for a franchise that's not accustomed to winning championships.
Right.
That's the price. This was their first championship in their history. That's going to come at a cost because other players now want to capitalize off that.
Right.
They want more. And so you're going to lose.
And your big four are taking about $30 million in the cap space.
If you have a team with a big four, the rest of the pieces you put around there have to be quality pieces to get this done.
And they're going to be limited.
Let's look at the new GM. I don't know where he came from. Right. Was he an outside pick? Did he understand the culture of Denver basketball? Right. Did he understand what Mike Malone likes and don't like? All of these things play a role in it. And I think with Taylor Jenkins, he had a lot on his plate to deal with Ja Morant. You don't know if he's going to be suspended, not suspended.
Right. And then he tried to, what I heard was he realized that the team plays better when they shoot threes. Mm-hmm. Problem is, Ja does not shoot threes.
The three. Right.
And then Ja, most of his injuries come from penetration towards the basket.
Right, and all of that hard stuff that Derrick Rose and Allen Iverson used to do with Allen Iverson, which is dangerous at his size.
At his size. And when he tried to have Ja buy into the three-point game because they're off the court record without Ja is way better than what it is with Ja.
And that's a telling tale.
Right.
Yeah.
But that then takes the ball out of Ja Morant's hand, and instead of him saying, you know what, I need to be a team player, buy into the offense and just improve on my game and my three-point game and at least my mid-range game because at least I can tolerate you penetrating at least to the mid-range.
Well, they're eliminating the mid-range game.
Right.
However, the three is something that has to be in your arsenal nowadays. Yeah. Look at Anthony Edwards. Yeah, he couldn't shoot it, and then he led the league.
He led the league this year in three-point mates.
So that tells me in the summertime, he was working on that aspect of his game. Ja Morant
and that wasn't bad last year either.
No, but you could tell the improvement.
Right.
Ja Morant has to get in the gym and say, I'm athletically gifted and all of that. Right. Let me now add this to my arsenal. I remember Michael Jordan. All he did was penetrate to the basket.
Right.
And he was taking such a beating.
Right.
Excuse me. That in the offseason, he had to work on other aspects. Once he got that fadeaway and that jumper, he literally became unstoppable.
Yeah.
Let me go all the way back to the Sacramento Kings firing
Mike
Brown on his way to the airport.
Oh.
Right? He was on his way he had just had a team meeting and went on his way to fly with the team, and they gave him a call and fight. That was in such...
bad taste.
Bad taste for the Sacramento Kings to do that to a veteran coach of his magnitude.
I agree, but I have to admit, they did play better without him.
No, okay, that's fine.
But yeah, the way that they handled it,
The way that
was
they handled
bad.
it tells
bad.
new coaches coming in. Do I want to coach for this organization?
Right. And you could probably tell that maybe De'Aaron Fox didn't like him before they both got.
Yes.
This is before De'Aaron Fox left.
I think he put a lot of pressure on Darian Fox to be more than this. You're going to have to defend and do some other things because he, too, is an old school coach. And so we might be seeing the changing of the guards.
Yeah,
in terms of, the old school coaches.
The last coach that got fired this past weekend was Mike Budenholzer.
Budenholzer, yes.
That was, I think.
From the Phoenix Suns, yes.
I think that was honestly. I don't know if I can say maybe Budenholzer dodged a bullet because Kevin Durant is a lot to handle nowadays.
Not only that, he just got there.
And he told Bradley Beal, you got to play defense. I'm trying to turn you into Drew Holiday. And he took that as disrespect.
Yes, and because you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
And so Budenholzer, he just got there when he was a sitting duck. Yeah. They're calling Kevin Durant the coach killer now. I'm not sure. Do you agree with that statement? That's a powerful statement.
That is a powerful statement. I'm trying to... Okay, so he's worked with Scott Brooks in OKC.
Okay.
Right?
He didn't get him fired, or did he get him fired?
No, he didn't get him fired.
But he left.
But he did end up getting fired, but that was because...
But he left.
But that was...
He got Nance fired.
He got Steve Nash fired. Steve Kerr was still there. Steve Kerr wasn't going to go nowhere. Steve Nash, him and Kyrie Irving got him fired.
Yes.
And then, Phoenix, you had...
He done had 3 coaches already.
Right, because you had Monty Williams, who was a great coach.
Yeah. Then Vogel,
who was another great coach who just won a championship.
Yeah.
And I think lately now I can say he's been a coach killer. And he's been a what do we like to call him? A venture
journeyman.
Journeyman. Thank you.
Yes.
He's been a journeyman, and it's listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he should go back to OKC. If you wanna make it right, go back to OKC. But they don't need him now.
But they don't need him now. I think he should go to New York,
where he was originally supposed to go.
Not the Brooklyn Nets.
The mega.
Go to the mega. You know what I'm saying? The capital of basketball.
Which I thought, me personally, they were gonna get the number 1 pick that year.
Remember, we did.
The whole plan was simple: get the number 1 pick. Then sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Underneath the contract, because they had 2 max contracts open. And it was going to be Zion, Kevin, and Kyrie.
Side note, Griffin from the New Orleans Pelicans, the president.
He got fired.
Got fired.
Yeah.
He's a great president. GM. And so he's out.
But the Pelicans have been dysfunctional since they've been there.
They have.
Probably before Chris Paul.
Yes.
Left.
Yes.
It's listen. The only 3 jobs that's secured to me is Eric Spoelstra with the Miami Heat, Popovich with the Spurs, and Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see JJ Redick stay around for a while.
Yes, JJ Redick, but I'm not worried. To me, I'm talking about like veteran coaches who have been there for a long time.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Kenny Atkinson because he's been coaching the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, let's go through. You want to go through the awards, or you want to do the brackets?
No, we can do the awards real quick because that'd be fast.
All right. Who do you think is gonna win Coach of the Year?
Kenny Atkinson from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like him.
He was
underneath Steve Kerr's tutelage for about 4 years.
The OKC coach? What about Udoka?
I like Udoka winning Coach of the Year for the West. So I'll say Kenny and Udoka, East-West.
Okay.
I haven't seen a lot of Thunder games like that. And I don't know who their coach exactly is.
Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles.
I do like Joe Mazzulla.
Yes.
To be in that conversation. Those 3 would be my top 3. And can you look up real quick who the Detroit Pistons coach is? Because
Bickerstaff.
Okay. I like him too.
Yeah, Bickerstaff.
Because to get Detroit into a secure playoff spot is huge.
Yes.
Who would you pick?
For the coach of the year?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go with the key Atkinson.
Kenny Atkinson? Okay.
Kenny Atkinson has done an amazing job.
Right.
Okay, so let's go with I was looking for the leaders. Okay,
Alright.
coach of the year, right?
Right.
We both agree with Atkinson.
Yeah.
But if
Joe Mazzulla or Ime Udoka or Bickerstaff, I'm cool with those three.
and OKC coach, come on,
Yeah.
that's 67 wins.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I
wins.
just haven't watched a lot of their games.
67 wins is 67 wins.
That's true.
Comeback player of the year. Bring those up. Do we have the season leaders?
I have the stat leaders.
Give me the stat leaders.
Let me see. Well, MVP to me is gonna be Shai Alexander.
You think so?
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, it could go to Joker, but I think. Let's see, regular season. Comeback player of the year. I'm trying to remember who would be.
What about defensive player of the year?
Defense to me, that'd be Draymond Green. It was originally my pick was going to be
Wemby?
with the Wembanyama, but he got injured. Or Jackson, Jared Jackson Jr. from Memphis. But to me, I think it should go to Draymond. He's been playing really well this season.
Okay.
And
Rookie of the year is probably gonna go to Stephen Castle.
okay.
That's from the Spurs.
From the Spurs? Okay.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer. He's been doing his thing. And I think that's a lot. All rookie teams, I'm not going to get into that. Sixth man of the year.
Who's the candidates?
Peyton Pritchard from the Celtics.
Okay.
Malik Beasley from the Pistons.
Okay.
Very good year this year. And Ty Jerome of the Cavaliers.
I'll give it to Beasley. I like Beasley to get that.
Yeah, I think Beasley really solidified Detroit this year.
Yeah.
Coach of the year, the three choices are Atkins, Tyrone Lue,
From the Clippers. Okay.
and Ime Udoka.
Yeah, I would either say Kenny or Ime Udoka.
Most improved player is Cade Cunningham from Detroit.
Okay, hold on, real quick. But that most improved player of the year is BS.
It's kind of.
Because I keep picking top 15 picks.
Dyson Daniels from the Hawks. That's that defensive guy. He clamps down.
Okay.
And Christian Brown from the Nuggets.
Okay, give me Brown.
I think Caden Cunningham, because he was injured.
I can't give. No, dude, the history of most improved player, it's always been going to the top 15 picks. That doesn't make you a most improved player if you were a top 15 pick. He went number one last year. He literally was the number one pick last year. Most improved player is supposed to be a late
No, he was
first
number
round.
one pick 2 years ago.
Whatever.
Last year he was injured.
Most improved,
that's what a comeback
most
is.
improved player is supposed to be. No, you said most improved player.
Yeah.
Most improved player is supposed to be a late first round, second round. Do they do second rounds in the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay. Late first round, early second round picks. Those are supposed to be most improved player.
No.
You can't pick top 15
Watch this.
and be like, oh.
No, pay attention. Let's say last year I averaged 10 points.
Okay.
That's no matter what pick I am.
Okay.
And this year I averaged 25 points. Am I the most improved player?
That is in the
Okay, so what Cunningham has done,
all I know is.
forget the fact he was the number one pick.
Right.
He got injured.
Right, he did.
All right, now they got a new award called the Clutch Player of the Year.
That went to Steph Curry, I believe, last year.
Jalen Brunson, who leads the league in fourth quarter scoring.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic,
Okay.
just a monster. Averaged a triple-double from the center position.
Right.
Or Darius Garland.
I'm giving that to Brunson, New York native.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm a New York native, so, you know.
I don't have no problem with that.
I want that to go to Jalen Brunson. But I'm just saying the most improved player is a BS award to me.
And so the MVP, you got...
Shy. I got Shy.
Even though Jokic is just...
I know.
Jeez.
The logical pick would be Jokic, but to me, I guess new guy would be Shy.
Okay, the stats leaders. Points went to Shy.
Yeah, points went to Shy. Defense, rebounds went to Bonus. Assists went to Trey. I'm proud of Trey.
I'm proud of Trey. Proud of Trey.
He wasn't ball hogging this year.
Yeah, Trey Young, yeah.
What were the other ones?
Blocks went to Wemby.
Okay. Rightfully so. Would have been defensive player of the year.
Would have been defensive player of the year. And steals went to Daniels. Ty Daniels, the guy just talked about from the Atlanta Hawks.
From the Atlanta Hawks, okay.
Yes, steals went to him.
Okay.
So shout out all of those winners.
Yeah. Hopeful winners. Those are our picks for those. Okay. Well, since you got the bracket.
Now let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Since you got the bracket,
tonight begins the play-in. Before we do the play-in, let's look at the teams that are already in. All right? In the Eastern Conference, we got the Pacers, who will be going at the 4 seed against the Bucks. That's going to be a great series. You know who's been shining?
Halliburton.
I'm talking about for the Bucks.
Oh, for the Bucks. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you.
Kevin Porter Jr. is a great fit for that team. Used to play for the Houston Rockets, got in all that trouble, and they let him go.
Right.
And your man who used to play for the Lakers, they traded from Washington.
Oh, Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma. I think they have softened some of the blow lost by Damon because they said Damon will not
he won't be
start the playoffs due to blood clots.
Yeah. But he has made improvements though.
He has made improvements, but he's gonna miss the first round.
Yeah.
Who do you like in that
I'm taking the Pacers.
You taking the Pacers?
I'm taking the Pacers.
This has become a great rivalry between these two teams.
Same division.
Yes. I think I'm going to take the Bucks in this one in 7 games.
I'm going to take the Pacers in 6.
Okay, I like the Bucks in 7 in that one. Now we got the Knicks at 3 versus the Pistons at 6.
I'm gonna take the Knicks at 7.
I'm gonna take the Knicks in 7 too. This is gonna be a tough series because the Pistons are playing with house money,
and they're not afraid of the Knicks.
And they're not afraid. However, I'm not sure that they can deal with that New York crowd. First of all, you heard what they did.
Yeah, they did.
You can't buy when you go because the Knicks fans travel.
Right.
So you can't buy tickets if your area code is not in that area.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Or from Canada.
That's kind of wild. Because the fact that y'all prohibiting certain fans from coming to your games.
Yes.
Y'all know that means y'all afraid that it's going to be overrun by New York fans.
Exactly. So Knicks fans travel. I'm not sure Detroit, with their bad boy image and all of that, can survive
now,
in New York City.
I think Thibodeau's going to mess us up with the whole 44-minute run time. Because he's been doing it all year.
Yep, that's his style.
And I need Karl Anthony Towns to step up.
Yeah. Well, Karl Anthony Towns was number 3 in rebounds and number 4 or 5 in points in the top leaders. He actually, had a really good year.
Okay.
And so, because he had, like I said, a really good year.
Right.
I think I'm going to take the Knicks in 7. Maybe 6.
No, I'm going to say Knicks in 7.
Okay, Knicks in 7. Now let's go over to the Western Conference. The 4-5 matchup is the Denver Nuggets and the piping hot Los Angeles Clippers.
Who won 8 straight.
Who've won 8 straight games, and they have the same exact record as the Nuggets.
Yep.
And let's put it like this. Let's just be honest. If Kawhi is there the whole year, they might have the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I can agree.
Come on. They're at least...
I can agree with that.
Because look, 52, they're only 2 wins off the number 2 seed.
Yeah, 2 seed, yeah.
And so with that being said, that says to me that they could have.
Yeah, that they could have. Yeah.
You know.
Kawhi's healthy for the first time since 2021.
Yes.
In which he could have beaten the Suns that year if he didn't tear his ACL.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the Clippers. They're hot. I'm gonna take the Clippers in 7.
New coaches in Denver at the wrong time.
I'm gonna take the
but
Clippers.
They
in
still
7.
have the Joker. I think I'll take the Clippers in 6.
Okay. Now that big 4 is gonna be a problem for the Clippers.
Yes.
And the X factor in that entire series to me is gonna be Westbrook and Ben Simmons for the Clippers on their end.
I think with Ben Simmons, Kawhi Leonard, Dunn,
And James Harden.
and
Powell.
from the defensive perspective,
Right.
I believe they can get the job done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they have enough, because once you take Joker out of the game, everybody else besides Murray.
They can't throw Zubac at Joker.
Yeah. Well, Zubac is going to have to. He's gonna have to play above and beyond.
Right.
But I will say the Clippers in 6. I think they split in Denver.
Okay.
They split
again in
LA, and then Game 5, the Clippers get, and then they bring it home for Game 6.
Okay. James Harden cannot disappear in that series.
No, he cannot. He's got to play big boy ball.
The 3-6 is the LA Lakers versus the Timberwolves.
This is a tough.
This is going.
Tough.
I'm just gonna go 7 games to me.
Did you got this going 7?
Yeah, I got this going 7.
I got this going 6. The Lakers gonna win this in 6 games.
The extra, so the monkey wrench in the programming for me in this entire series is gonna be one of those pivotal games, whether it gets Game 5 or Game 6. Anthony Edwards is gonna go off 50 because he's capable of it,
Yeah.
and he's gonna play defense.
Yeah.
And O'Connell is either gonna is it O'Connell?
Whoever it is, I know who you're talking about.
Or Daniels is going to be, he's going to hit. Me personally, I think this is a bad matchup for the Lakers. This is what I'm trying to say.
I think you want this to be a bad matchup for the Lakers.
I thought it was gonna be.
Work.
I thought it was gonna be my Warriors in that spot.
I think this is going to be easy work for the Lakers because we have too many weapons.
You did not say that 2 days ago. I got in his head 2 days ago.
I thought about it. You got in my head for a little while, and then you know what I did? I did like this, and I knocked you out of my head. And I'm saying,
me personally, if it goes 7,
I just saw Luka destroy this team last year.
but they're gonna get tight.
I just saw Luka destroy the Wolves, and now he's working with LeBron
That's true.
and AR-15.
That is true.
And while they have size, we're gonna neutralize Colbert. He's not gonna want to go out there and go out here. And so I got the Lakers in 6.
Okay, I gotta go in 7. I don't really have a pick, to be honest with you. But if I had to pick, I'd probably pick the Lakers in 7.
Okay, so tonight we get into the play-in,
Yeah.
right? And so what will be decided tonight is the
7 spot.
2-7 matchups.
Right. Because we
And-
have Orlando versus the Hawks at 7:30. We have the Warriors versus Memphis at 10 o'clock.
Let's cover the Orlando game first.
I like the Magic.
You like the Magic in this one?
It's in Orlando. They play, to me, they play better than the 7th spot, than the 7th seed. And Atlanta doesn't really play well. I mean,
I like Atlanta in this one.
Trae Young might.
There it is. I think Trae Young in a 1-game series can go off.
True.
And so
I just like their unit. I do like Orlando's unit better. Pablo,
yeah.
Cole Anthony.
The consolation prize for them will be they get to face
Boston.
Boston.
Boston's gonna.
No, I'm saying the consolation prize for the Magic, who are going to lose this game. They'll get to face. They'll get another shot at it.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to take Atlanta tonight because I think Trae Young goes 40 plus.
I'm gonna go. I think Orlando beats them as a team.
Okay. All right.
I like Pablo. I like Cole Anthony. I like their other big that they have, and I think the Magic's going to come up. And like I said, I think they play better than the 7th seed.
Okay.
Tonight we have my Warriors versus the Memphis Grizzlies.
The Warriors shouldn't be in this position.
They shouldn't be, but I'm happy that they are because I want to face them. I want to face the Houston Rockets personally. They're the reason why we messed up on our last 5 games of the season before the playoffs started.
Yep.
And we personally don't like them. So I think the Warriors have to win tonight. I think they will win tonight.
I think they will win tonight as well.
They will face the Rockets. And Memphis will have another shot at 8. I think Memphis
Memphis is going to be the winner of Dallas Kings.
Right. Okay.
I
So
think
then we
we'll
both.
win. Yeah.
So we both have. We both have Golden State at 7.
Yes.
And then Memphis at 8. Okay.
Back to the East Coast for tomorrow's game. Bulls and Heat. I like the way the Bulls have been playing, but I think the Heat are just too much playoff pedigree.
Yeah, but he don't have Jimmy Butler no more.
They don't, but Wiggins has been playing well.
He has.
They still have Adebayo. They still have
Kyren
Hero if he wants to play.
I think they still have Duncan.
They have Duncan. They picked up somebody else too that's on that squad. It escapes my mind at the moment, but I'm gonna take the Heat in that one.
So do the Heat
And then the Heat face the Magic.
for you and Atlanta for me.
I think the Heat is gonna come out. I think
They'll take the 8 spot.
yeah, I think a good matchup between the Heat and the
the Cavs?
Cavaliers makes for a good matchup.
Okay, so let's just do the two. I'm sorry. Let's just do the 1-2 seeds real quick. Mm-hmm. I have Orlando at that 7th spot. I think they'll win a game against Washington.
Okay.
I don't even think it's gonna be that close. It's gonna be a game. I mean, they might push it to 6, but for the most part.
Well, sometimes Boston, you talk about against.
Well, yeah, but sometimes Boston will let you back in.
Some games.
We'll see. But that to me, Boston should mop up either or between either Atlanta or
Yes.
the Magic. I have the Warriors beating the Rockets, obviously, and probably 6 games back in Golden State. Same thing, split, and then pivotal game 5 will win, and then game 6 we're not gonna let them come off.
I'm gonna take Golden State in that one because I'd like to see y'all in the next round.
Right.
I'm gonna say it's gonna go 7. Steph and I'm gonna have to pull something out.
Sort of like the Sacramento series where we go down 0-2 and.
Yep.
Got you.
The Rockets play loose, they play free, and they held your man to 3 points. So whatever they did in that game, and it was an important game for you. So
Okay, right.
I
I forgot. Me and you did say. Well, now I still have it being 6, but I do remember we did say this whole Western bracket is gonna go a lot of 7 games.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of game 7s in that one.
Memphis, I can see that going 7 too.
Let's go 9-10 in the West. The Kings and Mavericks.
Mavericks will win.
I take the Mavericks in a close one.
But
However, Levine and DeRozan and Sabonis.
Yeah.
And Keenan.
Oh yeah.
3-point shooter.
Yeah.
They have enough to get it done. It's just the coaching situation.
Right.
I don't know if whoever their coach is knows how to win in the playoffs.
Right.
This is a play-in.
Yeah, I can agree. I mean, Dallas is gonna lose to me to Memphis, and then Memphis is gonna take the 8th spot.
Yes.
So Memphis, OKC, I still have that going 7. To me, OKC is gonna have to win this in 6 or 5, because if it goes 7, Ja might steal their heart out.
Yeah. Well, any series that goes that long, you in fear of losing.
Right.
Because either team could, you know what I mean? And especially if you have that outlier player
Right.
who can make it happen. I got
sure.
Luka now. And so he could go for 60.
Yeah, we got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler ain't coming.
He ain't going for 60 now.
Oh, no, but he'll go for 40.
Steph will go for 60.
He'll go for 40.
And so...
If Jimmy's really locked in, he'll go for 40.
Yeah, he can go for 40. Yeah. I'm not...
Okay, so for clarification, The only thing we have different is the 2-7 spot in the East.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything else we kind of in agreement.
In agreement with. Okay. So, wait, okay, right. Cavs versus Heat, how many games did we say that was going to go?
Cavs, Heat, you said?
Yeah, because we didn't pick how many games. We just put them in that spot. In that 8
6.
spot. Okay.
Cavs and 6.
Cavs and 6? Okay, I can agree with
This is a much better team.
I can agree with
than
that.
I think Miami is.
Hopefully Coco Jones can show up for
But
it.
if it's the team who can knock off the number 1 seed, it's Miami.
Right.
They something comes over
no,
them.
that was with Jimmy Butler.
No, I get it.
That
I
was
get
with
it.
Jimmy.
I get it. So I'm gonna take the Cavs. I got the Cavs winning. I got the Thunder winning. I got the Clippers winning. I got the Bucks winning. I got the Lakers winning. I got the Knicks. I got the Warriors and the Celtics. Then from there, I'm gonna take. I can already tell you. I'm gonna take the Celtics over the Knicks.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bucks, the Cavaliers over the Bucks,
I would take the Cavs over the Pacers because I picked
or the Pacers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them over either one of those teams.
Right.
I'm gonna take the Clippers over the Thunder,
What? Yeah, I'm gonna take the Clippers.
and of course, I'm gonna take the Lakers over the Warriors.
You know what? I think Memphis is gonna knock off OKC.
No, I don't think they have.
I think Memphis is gonna knock off OKC. Me personally. So with that being said,
That'll
then
put us in position.
that would then put 8 knocked off 1 with. Oh wait, so
Will
then,
that change the bracket, or the bracket stay the same regardless? Aren't we supposed to play the lowest seed and all that? No.
Yeah. So if we beat the Rockets and Memphis beats, this should be easy. So
That means we have the number 1 seed now.
right, that means y'all would have the number 1 seed now, and then y'all would play. Y'all would normally play 2 or right. So then I think y'all would play still 7, and then Memphis would either play the Clippers or the Nuggets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have
Yeah.
for our NBA brackets.
Hold on. Let me just. Who would we play? We would play. Oh, we would still play y'all. I still have us beating y'all in 6 or 7.
Okay, as you should.
Clippers do beat the Memphis Grizzlies. Because I do have the Clippers beating Denver.
Yes.
And then we would play. Yeah, then we play Clippers. I like that matchup. Just as a West Coast little battle. We got Cleveland and Boston playing Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
For the most part. Okay.
Yeah, Cleveland and Boston. That they're on a collision course.
I might take Cleveland because I don't like Boston.
I know. I think until Boston gets knocked off, I gotta go with Boston.
I'm gonna take Cleveland in 7. Golden State in 7, and we get a Golden State Warrior Cleveland matchup for like the 5th time, and I got the Warriors in like 6. Win the championship.
We will see.
So
Anything else?
No. I think lastly, shout out to baseball MLB real quick because it's Jackie Robinson Day.
Yes. Everyone is wearing the number 42 in honor of Jackie broke the color barrier in baseball, and he didn't break it just as a token. He went to work.
Right.
And so we honor him on this day, Jackie Robinson Day.
Dodgers, get your stuff together, man. Y'all defending champs. I need to start winning ball games.
Yeah,
real
they'll be all right.
Shaky. Now, granted,
It's 160
I know,
games,
it's
man.
early. I know it's early. I'm just saying.
So they'll be all right.
I'm just saying. And lastly, in culture, the New Sinners critic review came out. All the critics and all the movie specialists went to go see it. Mm-hmm. They found it to be amazing. Spike Lee raved about it from Ryan Coogler's film. Snoop Dogg raved about it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100.
Out of 100.
Out of 100, which is rare. Because they're very hard critics for some odd reason. People are calling it the 2025, film of the year right now.
Okay.
And it's actually not as scary as I thought. I thought it was going to be like...
Well, you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but once I heard vampires, then it made me...
Okay, you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. But I'm not afraid of vampires. I thought it was like a horror.
I'm scared of vampires.
No, I'm not afraid of vampires. Vampires are cool. I watched underworld and like TV shows. Of
Okay,
vampires.
you hear this?
But the cast is amazing. I heard Michael B. Jordan's in it.
Playing dual characters.
Playing dual characters. A few other actors. Haley's in it. So yeah, I'm excited. Ryan Coogler's a great director.
And we would like to also shout out the WNBA who had their draft.
Yes. Yes.
Clap that up to
Clap
all
that
of the.
Paige got the number 1 pick.
Paige Becker, the number 1 pick to the Dallas team.
What's her name is Lily. She played for TCU. She's going back to the Chicago side to play for.
I don't know. Don't start me lying, bro.
Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. TCU women's basketball. Thank you. Down roster. Oh, Haley Van Lith. She got drafted by the Chicago Sky. She's
Okay.
rejoining
Reese.
in Chicago. They played at LSU together.
All right.
And whatnot. And
To all the winners.
all the women's out there who got drafted to live their dream out, man.
Yes.
And we are done. Hope y'all have a great weekend.
Yes.
Y'all can catch us on YouTube at Disabled Zero Podcast. Hit the bell notification, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, let's go. Warriors, Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands